Starting out with a bent knee plank, you want to have your knees and toes on the ground, elbows underneath your shoulders, and from this position you're going to curl your tailbone under. Allow your shoulder blades to stay slightly pinched together. Don't get a big rounded upper back. And during this hold position, as hard as you can, you're pulling your elbows and your knees towards each other. You're going to keep your butt cheeks squeezed tight so your hips don't pop up in the air. The line between your shoulders and your knees should be relatively straight without a sagging spine. From there, we're going to transition to a knee down side plank. For this exercise, you want your shoulder and elbow in line. The bottom knee is going to be down. You're lifting your hips up off the ground. You want to hold a straight line between your down knee and your down shoulder. You want to make sure that the shoulder that's down on the floor is actively pulling away from the ear, and you're using all the muscles from your armpit to your hip on the down side to hold your body up in this side plank position. If you find that your elbow and your knee are sliding away from each other, you are allowing your upper back and core muscles to relax. You want to actively pull your down elbow and your knee towards each other to hold that nice plank position with the shoulder down away from the ear. From this position, we're going to transition to a back bridge. We want to have our feet flat on the floor, shins pretty close to vertical. And then from there, we're going to drive through the glutes or the butt cheeks, and you're going to lift your hips up into the air, and you're trying to make a straight line between your knees and your shoulders for this hip bridge plank hold. So the whole time you're in this position, actively squeeze your glutes and keep your hips as high up in the air as you can. If you're feeling this in your low back, chances are you've got your glutes disengaged and you need to just drop back down, re-engage the glutes, and drop back up. For the lunge hold, you're going to get into a lunge stance. You're going to drop your back knee down to the point where your shin is close to parallel to the floor. You want to load up your front foot. It's okay if your knee is slightly forward, as you can see in this video, but you can see that the heel is firmly planted on the ground with the front foot. From this position, you're just holding the lunge position. You should feel a lot going on in your thighs and possibly even your glutes. We're going to do this equally the same side. You can see in my torso, it's leaning forward slightly. That's just to emphasize putting a little bit more weight in my front leg, because that is the work that should be, that front leg should be doing most of the work in this position. If you find that getting your knee parallel to the ground or your shin parallel to the ground is too difficult, you can elevate your lunge slightly and make this exercise a little bit easier. For our squat hold with lateral shift, you're going to squat down. You're going to try to hold your hips so that your thighs are pretty close to parallel to the ground. From that position, once you're down, all you're going to do is transition right to left, allowing your weight to shift from side to side while you hold that squat. Last in this set is going to be balancing on one leg with your eyes closed. So before you close your eyes, get your balance on one leg. Once you have that balance, then go ahead and close your eyes. Do the best you can holding that balance in order to really try to focus on staying stable. You want to brace your stomach muscles like you're doing a plank, and you want to try to squeeze the inside of your leg and the outside of your leg at the same time. So you're squeezing your butt cheek at the same time you're squeezing those muscles on your inner thigh. That's going to help you be the most stable in this position. If you find that you're just really struggling for balance, you can allow the toe of the leg that is supposed to be in the air to lightly touch the floor. Once you can successfully do a toe supported single leg balance, then you can go back to trying for a fully single leg balance. Keep the leg of the stabilizing side slightly bent. This will help you be able to engage both the inside and the outside of your leg as you try to get as much tension as possible.